about it right now, everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for.
Well, hello, Gemini. Long time no chat. I wanted to get started on some readings again. So, with you guys having your birthday season coming up, I thought, hey, let's start with Gemini. If there's any Taurus cross-watchers and you are bitching and whining because it's your birthday season, then perhaps you should get your views up. Because quite frankly, your views suck. So, we're with Gemini right now. Gemini for the good old month of May 2019. As we always do, and I will probably continue to do, until I decide not to, we start with the Book of I-ching. You guys have card 47, Exhaustion. Water has drained away from the lake, leaving it dry and barren. In human life, character is proven in times of adversity, when it seems like all joy has drained from life. Maintaining hope and good cheer under hard circumstances can bring exhaustion of spirit. When fate is unkind, care must be taken to replenish what has been used up. One must remain true to oneself. The water hasn't trickled, Gemini. It hasn't flowed gracefully away. It's drained. And what is proven in times of adversity? When all of the joy is what? Drained? It's your character. Your character is proven then. The card says, maintain the cheer and good hope. Yeah. It's easier said than done, right? And go fuck yourself, Nicole. I get it. But think about this. If our thoughts truly create our reality, wouldn't it be logical to stay positive? I mean, even if positive Penelope is a little bit hesitant, she pauses here and there, she's still probably better off than Debbie Downer, right? There are times when it is real fucking hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I get it. But Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, Helen Keller, they all continued to find their way through the tunnel, never ever being able to see that light. Let that sink in for a minute. Then we go to card 64. 64 adds up to what? 10. Completion, which is the name of the card. In nature, fire burns upward and water flows downward. They do not combine in these positions, so no immediate progress is made. Making sure that everything is serving its natural purpose will ensure a positive outcome. Attend to details as completion draws near. Help things move naturally toward success. What creates steam, Gemini? Fire and water, right? But they have to be in proportionate amounts. Otherwise, if there's too much flame, too much fire, whatever, it's not going to be put out by the water. If there's too much water, you're not going to have a flame for very long. Like when you go camping, you have this bomb-ass bonfire going, and it starts to rain. You don't all jump up and say, grab the crab legs and let's steam them up. No, because in that situation, the rain is going to put your fire out. It's not going to create a nice steam so you can get some fabulous crab legs. So instead you grab your chairs, you grab your beverages, and head for a new game plan, right? You guys have been through an insane year possibly 8 years. And this new territory that you guys are in, it's okay to not know whether you should walk like the mall walkers, or if you should mosey, or if you should skip, if you're turning left or right. But as long as you are prepared within yourself, it doesn't matter which direction you're gonna turn. You'll figure it out when you get there. I guess the main focus is to acknowledge how far you guys have come and not worry about what lies ahead. Just knowing that as long as you stay true to you, you're going to be ready for it. Then we go down to the surrender cards. You guys have surrender denial. That card says, accept people and situations exactly as they are, without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. So, Gemini, you know I love you. Yep. But you also know that I say it like I see it. And for being someone who, Geminis are considered the twins, right? Which would technically be like 2 different perceptions that you could have, 2 different viewpoints, like 4 eyes on the situation. You guys somehow, almost magically really, you guys who are able to have this opportunity to see 2 very honest sides of things or situations or people. Somehow you guys managed to come up with the most unbelievable bullshit view or perception when it comes to these situations or these people in your life. And this card says, please, Gemini, cut the shit. Be real with yourself. Stop standing in your own way and making up all of these little lies or these facades, because it's less scary or more comfortable than being legit with yourself. You guys have spent enough time saying, oh, that's okay that the shark bit my arm off. He was hungry. I'm glad that I could help. But, I'm still thankful. Geez, at least he didn't bite both arms off. Gosh, then how would I do my hair? No more. Tell the fucking shark to go eat a seal, but not your arm. No more, Gemini. Surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Gemini, do you think that you allow your thoughts to sabotage your mood or your relationship status or your financial status? Because it's a legit possibility. And here we are with yet another lovely analogy by Nicole. Think about this, Gemini. If porn star Portia stood in front of her full-length mirror all day long, every day, telling herself that she was nothing more than broken down, run down, rusty, dented up piece of shit that has a salvage title, do you think she would be able to go out and perform and pull off this passionate scene that would convince the viewers? No, probably not. Because she would be sitting there, oh, I'm trying to cover up this. I'm trying to cover up that. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that okay? Did I do that okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. No, instead she owns that shit, right? Step into your porn star Portia version of you, Gemini. Hey, it might be fun. Never know. Never know. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Yep, this card, if any of the cards are going to do this, like piss you off, it's probably going to be this one. Because honestly, it could potentially evoke that very thing that you are supposed to be surrendering. Defensiveness. Why? Because that card says in plain English that defensiveness is a sign of weakness. And essentially, you are being called weak, right? So rather than going from like a librarian to a WWE announcer in 3.2 seconds, stay centered, Gemini. Be true to you. And when things like that trigger you, when somebody says something and it triggers you and you feel that steam building up and you want to just rip their head off, take a moment to acknowledge that you were just triggered and then do a little investigating to figure out why. Then you can stay centered and you become less defensive. Alright, my dears, next up on the list, my favorite deck, the Native Spirit deck. You have Spirit Keeper of the South. Look at that beautiful card. Yellow, orange, possibly a little red, on a foundation of green. Those would be the chakras I would suggest you look into this month. This card is all about expansion. It's about movement forward. The South is the direction symbolized by the warmth of the noonday sun, the summertime. And I always use the analogy, which actually surprisingly is pretty PG. It's the cornfield. You know, it's knee-high by the 4th of July, but after that, when it gets really fucking hot, it creates this steam because there's the moisture of the corn and the heat from this sun that's beating down on the field. And it creates this pressure cooker, and the corn just shoots up, right? Perhaps that's what the universe is providing to you, so you can rise up, you can grow. Then you have the tracker card. So let's pretend we're going on a road trip, Gemini. We need a game to distract annoying Angela. So we decide to see how many yellow cars we can count along our journey, okay? And when you direct your focus, when you pinpoint one very specific thing that you're looking for, chances are a yellow car is not going to go zipping past you without you noticing, right? If you've been saving up for a blacked out Harley, I guarantee you're going to notice every one of the blacked out Harleys that come within a quarter mile of you. The point of this card is to direct your focus. If we told annoying Angela to count all the cars that we passed along our journey, she most likely would get overwhelmed and she'd lose track, right? And then she'd give up. So if you have 15 things that are on your to-do list and all of these things you're trying to accomplish, you're going to start missing shit. And then all of a sudden you're going to be overwhelmed and then you're going to lose track and you're going to give up. But if you focus on one specific thing, it's so much easier to accomplish. Moving right along, we have your work, career, and finance. We have the King of Cups. Look at that guy. Sitting there pretty confident, isn't he? This card is all about being okay with finding that person or that relationship, that coworker that you can lean on and being okay with that. It's not like, you know, depending on a man for your money like a gold digger. It's depending on that man to help you get through the shitty days. Like, hey, my job might suck, but my coworker is great. It's that acknowledgement that your boss, he's on your side. That your work husband, He's got your back. And they appreciate you. They respect you. They acknowledge the work that you do. Four of Cups. This is the old card of, sure, it's okay to dream or to manifest something better, a different job, whatever it is, a raise. But don't be the three yappers in the break room bitching about how shitty your job is while shopping on Amazon and paying your bills online with your handheld cellular device that you pay a ridiculous amount for every month, with the money that you're getting from the said shitty job. This card says be thankful. Yeah, it might not be your dream job, but it's paying your bills, or most of them. It's paying more than you would if you didn't have a job at all. And sometimes it's really easy to fall into that trap, especially when you're surrounded by people who are not living their dream. They are not at their dream job. But don't partake in that, because our thoughts become our reality, and they control our mood and our outlook. And it's really easy to fall into that. So, to finish out work, career, and finance, we have the Ace of Swords. New endeavors, just like any of the aces in tarot, right? But sometimes starting something new or moving in a new direction can stress you the fuck out. You have to remember to breathe. Trust that intuition that you guys have. It's fabulous when you actually utilize it. It's kind of like roller skating. You might have known how to do it when you were a kid, but then you try to do it again later, like just say in your 30s or 40s, and you fall on your ass a few times. But you can get yourself back to where you were when you were a kid, and you could skate backwards and whatever, right? So use that intuition and keep your skills, your lines of communication polished up. Keep them open. Do you see how she doesn't have anything in her arms? She's just holding her sword. It's because her arms are free. So that way she is easily able to accept those gifts of abundance, those blessings. She can push people out of the way if she needs to go through a crowd. And she's got her sword if she needs it. I think that's pretty damn good start to a reading, if you don't mind me saying so. So, how about we go take a lovely stroll down to the bottom row. Let's do a little love and romantic relationships, shall we? Here we go. Card number 1, competition. How fitting is this card? This card says, competition summons courage and self-confidence. I think the last reading that I ever did was the one where I was like, holla fucking lawyer, like high five Gemini, good job, you guys got this, right? And isn't it kind of crazy for those of you who have continued to push forward and be true to you, that when you have been so busy being focused specifically or solely on walking towards positivity and your happiness and completing those karmic cycles, that all of a sudden a little bit of self-confidence sneaks up on you. You're like, well, hello, you sexy bitch. Long time no see. Welcome back, right? So sometimes when you feel like you're in competition with someone, you have to psych yourself out in order to get your game face on, in order to really let your true colors, your power, your strength be unleashed. And you win, Gemini. You fucking win. Legends. Learn from those who inspire you. That's what that card says. This card is my, you can't soar with the eagles if you keep running around with the goddamn turkeys. That's this card, okay? Surround yourself with people who display or hold those characteristics or that reality that you desire. Here's another lovely analogy or suggestion, Gemini. if you want to find true love, like you really want like that real true love, okay? Don't keep attending your depressed and disgruntled divorcees meeting every fucking Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, I know. Crazy logic. I know. Weird. Just a suggestion. You do what you want there, sweet thing. Whatever you want. Then you have Dolphin. Don't worry, be happy, this card says. Gemini, have you ever listened to the lyrics of Don't Worry, Be Happy, that song? I had never read the lyrics until I was preparing for your guys' reading. So I'm going to read them to you. I'll be nice and not sing them for you. You're welcome. Don't worry, be happy. In every life, we have some troubles. But when you worry, you make it double. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile. Don't worry, be happy. 'Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. I hope you learned it note for note. In your life, expect some trouble, but when you worry, remember, you make it double. So don't worry. Be happy. That's all I got to say about that card. And that's all I got to say about that. Let's finish this out with choices. This card says, make the best choices. Do you see the concentration that's on her face? The colors in that card? Gemini, when you know who you are, when you know what your worth is, you make good choices. Speaking of self-worth, Gemini, how do we know what our self-worth is? Is there like some little free website that you can put in your name and birth date, like a birth chart, and get your self-worth amount? Is it on your birth certificate? Do they write $49.99 on your birth certificate? No. No, Gemini. You want to know how you figure out what your self-worth is? It's whatever the fuck number you want. Whatever description. Whatever definition. You decide your self-worth. Not one other person, living or dead, is ever able to decide your self-worth. That is all on you. I have 2 postcards from Spirit for you guys, and then we shall be done with your reading. So let's read those real quick. Your first card says, Dear you, there are times in life when taking a risk is better left for another day. Other times are perfect for taking that leap, no matter how dangerous it may seem. Well, hold on to your parachute strings, for today is leap time. Realize no matter what, we will not let you fall. We will not let you drown, and we will not let you get lost or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if it may feel like you are in free fall, we are here for you, and you can stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into this transition to something new. All the elements are in place, and your soul is ready for a new experience. No matter what you're asking about, it's time to take the risk and do that thing that scares you. No matter what happens, you will land softly, right on target. Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got that covered. It's taking the leap itself that is the point. We love your courage, so embrace it. The next one says, Dearest, wonderful you. To help you manifest a life for the highest good, we invite you to examine your deepest desires. Imagine all your desires, no matter what kind, like magic seed pods in a basket, glowing with infinite potential. Look closely at each one. Are you afraid that some may bring you too much attention and invite negative reactions from others? Is change too daunting? Are you afraid to stretch and grow? Let yourself be led forward, and let the seeds of positive intention take to the wind. Your desires count, and you are worthy of them. They are essential for co-creating your world. Did you ever consider that when a desire comes from deep within you, it might be spirit moving you to create something beautiful to share with others? Some desires are infused with miraculous powers to move the heart and influence the world in ways you can't possibly know. We know you and love you so deeply and are so happy to support you. Boom, chicka boom boom. That is that, Gemini. Again, I thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. You guys have been amazing, and I hope you have the most fabulous birthday season coming up at the end of the month. I will speak to you next month when it's still your birthday season. Until then, much love. Bye-bye.